Let's release some tissues in the hips today. This can help you restore movement, relieve low back pain, and release stiff tissues in this area. Sitting for a long period of time while driving or taking a long flight or maybe having a desk job creates stiff and sticky tissues. So if you want to restore and unglue the tissues in your butt, grab your massage balls and follow along. So grab one of your massage balls and you can place it on the side of your hip. So place the ball on the ground, lift up your hands, and slowly lower your weight into the ball. And find that area that you feel like needs the most releasing. And once you find that area, we'll spend about 90 seconds in this position. Now, if you want to, you can keep your knees up towards the ceiling, or you can slowly move it down and move it back up. It really depends on how tight your tissues are. Maybe you just want to stay in this position where you're in right now and not moving at all. So we're about 30 seconds in. And try to control your breath while you're doing this, especially when you hit a very painful or stiff place. Try to control your breath and relax a little bit more with every out breath. And if you crave a little bit more movement, you can make some circles, really small circles, and rolling over these tissues, so you're releasing all the tissues in this area. And if you really feel like, oh, I can't move, it's super tight, what you can do is use the contract and relax technique. Meaning, I'm contracting my glutes, my ass muscles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm releasing again. And you can repeat that a few times. Let's do it one more time. Contract, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax again. And maybe you'll notice a difference already. And you can make a few more movements if you want to. And then slowly lift up your butt, get the ball out, and just come sit in your butt for a second. Maybe you want to bounce from left to right, and maybe you feel a difference between the sides already. Very possible. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So again, placing the ball somewhere on the side of your hip. Bring your weight into the ball. Maybe place it on the side, and then again we'll spend about 90 seconds on this area. And maybe you want to sit in the same position just as we did, or when you feel like you're craving movement, you can always move around in real small circles, rolling over these tissues you can find in the hip area and the glutes. The 90 seconds is kind of a minimum to really release the tissues, but you can also stay there for 2, 3, or even 5 minutes if you like, and if you feel that your tissues need some more releasing. So we're almost a minute in. For the last 30 seconds, wherever you are, we're going to apply the contract and relax method again. So I'm going to contract my glutes, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And you'll sink in a little bit deeper. Let's do one more time. Contract your glutes, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Keep breathing, we're almost there. Some rolling, some last movements in this position. All right, and then you can come off, Place the ball at the side. And maybe you already feel a difference on both sides. On the glute side right here. So next up is going to be a little bit closer to the hip bone. So you'll feel your hip bone right here. It's always a little bit tricky to find it, but you'll find it right here. And what we're going to do right now is lay ourselves on our side to open up that hip region a little bit more. Especially when you sit a lot during the day. This is super nice. So place the ball on the spot that you just found, not on the bone, but just on the side of the bone. And you can straighten out your leg. You can use your lower arm, to lean into it and to decide how much weight you want to put in the ball. But if you want to put in a little bit more pressure, a little bit more weight, you can come all the way down and then leaving your head on the ground. And we'll stay here again for about 30 seconds, 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. And start breathing. See if you can let your body sink in the ball. Your weight sink in the ball. And maybe you don't feel that much. Sometimes it needs to be a little bit more up or down. Super personal, but as soon as you hit a super tight spot, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know. You're allowed to make sounds. Try to control the breath throughout this. Follow along so you can sink in a little bit deeper every time you breathe out. And the breath really sends this signal to your brain saying, it's all right, don't worry. We're almost there. And again, here you can always make a little movements, lifting up your leg off the ground or just making small circles in this area. It's really personal. Some people just like to stay in the same position. Some people crave a little bit more movement. So we're 1.5 minutes in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to roll forward, rolling off the ball. Relaxing for a little bit. Come lie on your back. Maybe you want to move your leg a little bit up and down or to the side. Feeling the difference. And then you can roll up and get yourself ready for the other side. So same thing, find that spot on the side of your hip, right here. You'll feel your hip bone, placing the ball right there. And find your position either on your lower arm or you can come all the way down. And again, we'll stay here for 1.5 minutes. You can place your head on the floor if you want to. And start breathing. Trying to accept the pressure. Trying to send that signal to your brain to say, it's all right. It's just some pressure. The tissues will relax. And you're always allowed to make small movements if you crave that. Or just stay still if you're feeling enough pressure already. Super personal. We're about 1 minute in. Super windy outside today. Nice day to roll and relax. So for the last 20 seconds, you can roll around a little bit. See how that feels. If that is too much, of course, you can just stay there. Roll it up and down maybe Move your leg up, rounding your leg, bring it forward, up. It's really about playing with these movements, with these techniques to see what releases more or not and what you feel in your body. All right, and then I roll off the ball again. Come lie on your back. Maybe you want to move your legs again a little bit. I already feel a little release on the outside of my hips and my glutes. So especially when you're on long rides or flights or working a desk job and you're sitting a lot, these muscles get tight, these tissues get tight, and it's really nice to release them from time to time. Maybe a few times during the day, taking 5-minute breaks, rolling 2 minutes on one side, rolling 2 minutes on the other side, and to relax for a minute. And then continue your work. And you'll notice that the whole area opens up a little bit more. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.